Hey everyone, John from Nintendo Life here, and classic Sonic kinda predates me. I was born in 1995, and so my first Sonic game was Sonic Adventure for the Dreamcast. But despite that, Sega still gave me a way to admire and play their legacy games, with games such as the Sonic Mega Collections. These compiled Sonic's biggest games from his classic era, as well as a bunch of weird ones like Sonic Labyrinth. I was a kid born after Sonic Labyrinth, and I still played Sonic Labyrinth, just because they allowed me to. I feel like these games broadened my horizons and made me see that modern games aren't the only ones with value. And without these, I don't think I'd be a collector today. NES and Super Nintendo games predate me, and yet I have collections for all of those. I have 3 Sega CDs, I don't really know why, and I went on to buy games that weren't even featured in these collections, and that's what I'm here for today, to show you a bunch of Sonic games that have never, ever been re-released. And when I say never ever, I don't mean within like the last 10 or 20 years, I mean these games have never been sold again. Anyway, let's jump in. It's not often we get an opportunity to talk about the Neo Geo Pocket Color on this channel, but let me assure you that I am a big fan. It's so wonderfully clicky. Very strangely, Sega released a game for this system in 1999, and this was 2 years before Sega left the console business. In fact, the year before, they made Sonic Jam for the Gamecom. I'm not sure what their strategy was there, but anyway, Sonic Pocket Adventure for the Neo Geo Pocket Color is one of my favourite handheld Sonic games. Keep into account, these are both 8-bit systems, but the difference in quality is staggering. There's always been a big difference in design between the Master System and Mega Drive Sonic games, but this basically takes the Mega Drive formula and converts it to 8-bit somehow. They also gave Sonic green eyes in 2D for the first time. Oof, the horror! This is a really strange blend of the entire trilogy. The zones are very much based on Sonic 2, only with different names, but the music, that's from Sonic 3. There's parts of level design from Sonic 1, and this part right here, but that's from Sonic CD. The bosses though are new, and the level designs themselves, while they're definitely inspired by the older games, they're also pretty much their own. It's like a remix of Sonic 2, kinda blended in with everything else. After this game released, several SNK staff formed DIMPS, which you may know for plenty of other Sonic games like Sonic 4, but also better games like Sonic Advance and Street Fighter 4. So this is a pretty key part of the franchise's history, and for whatever reason, it's been stuck in the Neo Geo Pocket Color ever since. It wasn't in Mega Collection, it wasn't in Gems Collection, and it's never had a digital re-release at any point. It's a shame too, because a lot of Sonic fans haven't even played this game. It deserves a much grander legacy. And speaking of DIMPS, they of course went on to develop the entire Sonic Advance trilogy. In 2001, mere months after the Dreamcast was discontinued, Sega made an exclusive Sonic series for a Nintendo handheld. I mean, I say exclusive, Sonic Advance 1 did come to the N-Gage as Sonic N, and he played it like this. Do we count that as a re-release? Either way, Sonic Advance 2 and Sonic Advance 3 were Game Boy Advance exclusive. Unlike Pocket Adventure, which was very clearly inspired and based around Sonic 2, Sonic Advance was basically Sonic 4, but not that Sonic 4. It's a classic momentum-based platformer. And just like how Sonic 2 had Tails and Sonic 3 had Knuckles, Advance gives us a playable Amy. She's not great, but she's here. We have some familiar theming like the industrial area and the casino area and the snow area, but nothing feels derived or feels like a regression from what came before, which very much was the case in the actual Sonic 4. As the series goes on, I'm not sure the level design gets quite as strong as the first game. Advance 3 can feel a lot more like Sonic Rush at times, although I do really like the character mixing. Sonic 4 Episode 2 tried this as well, but in Advance 3, somehow it's far quicker and more elegant even though it came out years before. Like, these are literally the same mechanics, I don't know how Advance 3 did it better. I really hope they do a Sonic Advance trilogy at some point. I wouldn't say they surpass the classic series, but they definitely deserve to be remembered. There's a lot of good in here, and heck, even include Sonic Battle if you want to. It's a bit of a weird game, but it does kinda tie in with Sonic Advance, especially Sonic Advance 3. The first game is now 20 years old. Think about how many people haven't played this. Many people may tell you the Sega CD was utter rubbish, and let me tell you, those people deserve to be put in a cupboard. Sonic CD, great game. Snatcher, great game. Road Avenger, great game. Luna, great game. Earthworm Jim CD, great game! There's a lot of great games on the Sega CD, but the 32X on the other hand had it a little more rough. There's for sure some good games on there, but what exactly is the killer app? Was it Knuckles Chaotix? Maybe? This game is now 26 years old and has never been re-released. Sonic CD, Sonic R, and somehow even Sonic the Fighters made it into the Gems collection, but not Knuckles Chaotix. I really don't know why. This isn't a masterpiece or anything, but I still think it's a lot of fun. Sonic's always been about momentum rather than speed, and this game just emphasizes that. You play the entire game linked to another character, and it's all about momentum. The physics on the pull of your link affects how you move, and that can be used to your advantage as well. You can do some really cool things in this game, and it loves showing off the scaling of sprites because of course it's a 32x game. There's some weird stuff in there, like how levels are chosen by a roulette wheel rather than being an order. I don't know why they do that, but I do think the pure gameplay is still a lot of fun. It's basically a classic Mega Drive era Sonic game, only with the Link gimmick. Levels aren't as polished or memorable, sure, but it's still worth playing, and that's kind of hard now when it goes for this much online. In my opinion, this is the most baffling omission for a re-release, if only for franchise legacy. Maybe we'll get something one day, but until then, I guess track down a 32X and an expensive copy of this game. There's little more you can do right now. Okay, you might be thinking, John, this game's been re-released multiple times. Are you stupid? Are you a dummy? Are you a big stupid dummy? And hey, 1, feelings, and 2, this isn't the one that's been re-released again and again. This is the Sega Saturn version of Sonic 3D Blast. What's the difference? Well, quite a few things. The Mega Drive and Saturn versions have completely different soundtracks, and in my opinion, Saturn is so much better. It's not just the quality, the compositions themselves are really good. There's even a lyrical piece for the credits. It's not just the music though, the visuals themselves are very different to the Mega Drive version, including a different opening, and perhaps the biggest difference, the special stages. Now the Saturn version is once again the half-pipe from Sonic 2, only it's probably the best instance of it. Now that it's properly in 3D and not just an illusion, perceiving depth is way easier. This feels like what Sonic 2 was trying to be all along. And yeah, Sonic 4 Episode 2 does this as well, but 3D Blast Saturn predates it by 15 years. Now if you didn't like 3D Blast on the Mega Drive, this version probably won't change your opinion, but it's still different enough to warrant another playthrough and another re-release. Sega Sonic the Hedgehog came to Japanese arcades in 1993 and introduced to the world Mighty and Ray. This is a pretty elusive game. It was going to be ported to the 32X, but plans fell through. And it was going to be in the Gems collection, but unfortunately Sega couldn't find a way to make a standard controller feel like a trackball. Although just for the sake of preserving this game, I'm not sure the controller needs to be accurate. I'm sure just mapping a stick to Sonic would take something away from the game, but that's better than not having it at all. And hey, the Switch and the PS5's DualSense have touch inputs. That could very easily mimic a trackball. Heck, Gyro would too. So this is another isometric Sonic game, kinda like 3D Blast, only it's much more linear. Robotnik just wants to kill Sonic this time, so he's destroying the entire environment and tries to make sure that something crushes you. It's quite a cinematic game, and there's nothing that really plays like this one. I get why it hasn't come back, but I'd still really like to see it. 2 years after Mario Party took the world by storm? I mean, kinda. Sega got Hudson on the phone, the developers of Mario Party, and said, hey, we want that, but with Sonic, please. And no dice. Dice are lame. And thus, Sonic Shuffle was born. Now this is very much a Mario Party clone, only instead of using the dice, everyone has cards. You can see your own cards, but you can use anyone's cards. So let's say you have a 6 card, you can move 6 spaces, and now that 6 card is gone. But you can still move another 6 spaces if your opponent hasn't used their 6 card and you randomly choose it. It's an interesting system, and it does make Sonic Shuffle stand out. There's other differences too. Minigames only occur when you land on a minigame space rather than being at the end of each round, and you have whatever these are. Good God. There's also a full-on story mode where Sonic catcalls a fairy.
Who are you?
So that happens. One thing you might be wondering is this game good? And I don't know if I can answer that question. It's definitely funny. Eggman's more of a casual menace in this game, so he'll do things like shake up a soda can and like, just watch this scene right here.
I'll get you next time!
What the hell was that? It's quite a slow game with a lot of loading. That said, if this were on a modern system, then those loading sequences would pretty much be gone. They even initially intended to have online in this game. Yeah, that's right, back in the year 2000, Sega wanted online in Sonic Shuffle. In the year 2021, the latest Mario Party only kind of has online, and no one's playing it. So if Sonic Shuffle were to come back, then online could finally be a part of it. This is just one of those games that not many people really played. It came out in Europe the same month the Dreamcast got discontinued, and it was never re-released anywhere else. Adventure 1 and Adventure 2 found new life, but Sonic Shuffle remained stuck on the Dreamcast. And finally, ending on a pretty popular one, Sonic Heroes. Now I debated whether this was too recent to be on the list, but it's 18 years old. Where on earth did the time go? This was released on GameCube, PS2, Xbox and PC, but it's never been re-released. Even the PC version hasn't been redistributed. It's also one of the few Sonic games not compatible on Series X. It's basically stuck in 2003. Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 got re-released in HD, but for whatever reason, Heroes didn't. It's not personally one of my favourite Sonic games, but I did grow up with this and it does mean quite a bit to me. I know this got a lot of people into the series, being the first Sonic game on a PlayStation or Xbox console. It's a pretty important game, and it's quite baffling it's stuck on its original systems. Hopefully this changes soon. It feels like a no-brainer, but as of right now, this big mainline Sonic game has been in limbo for 18 years. So what do you guys think about these games, and which do you think is most likely to be re-released? And also, were there any games that weren't featured in this video that you want to see? Let us know in the comments below, and be sure to spin dash that subscribe button so hard that it gets smashed into smithereens, and we've got to re-release it. See you guys next time. Bye.